we have already imported the raw data into the Excel file, and then we are going to duplicate this sheet and then name it as the first sheet as raw data and the second sheet as the cleaned data. So the next step that we are going to do is we are going to freeze the first row. So these are the column names on it. So next we create a table. So go to the click on any cell and then choose the table format whichever you like. So next step is we are going to check are there any blanks. So click on this filter button and then check if there are any blanks in these columns. So do it for all the columns to find out if there are any blanks. If there are any blanks in the text column, we can just rename it with the unknown. If there is something missing in the numeric columns, then you can name it, you can use mean, median to fill those values. If it is date, then you can use some placeholder date for it. Next, we are going to remove the duplicates. So select a cell in the table, go to the data and then remove duplicates. So there are no duplicates. So next is we'll do the formatting. So here we are changing the base cost, listing price and competitor price into currency format, and then units sold into the numeric format, and then date into the date format, and the remaining all the columns goes into the text format. Next one is we do identify the outliers. Click on the column header and then sort A to Z and Z to A. So when we visually check this extremes, if there are any zero or negative values, or if there are any extreme high priced, whether we can match it with their appropriate product. So this way we can find out the outliers. Step 2 is create a new sheet and then rename it as a product hierarchy. So the second, you copy the category plus product from the cleaned data sheet, and then the next is we just remove the duplicates. So go to the data and then click on remove duplicates. So this would remove the duplicate values from this table. So now we are going to create a category and subcategory columns. So here we are going to fill them manually. For the produce and the herbs, we are going to put it in the sides category, and in the subcategory this goes under the fresh herbs. Similarly, you do it for the rest of the columns. So now you have the category and the subcategory. Select all and then make it into a table format. Insert one column towards the left. So that column we are naming it as a key column. So inside a table, so here we are going to combine the category column plus product column, and then we make it as a key column in this product hierarchy table. You can just simply drag. We also combine this key into this table and then make it into one table. Now we go to the cleaned data, and then there also we are going to insert a new column in the first column as a key column. Here also we are going to combine the category with the product, and then this is considered to be the key in this sheet. So now we are going to use the VLOOKUP in the clean data sheet. We are going to write the VLOOKUP. So here we have to look this lookup value should be always in the first column, and then the table array is in the product hierarchy. So we have to select this table, and the lookup value, that range is in the column 4. So we write down the column 4. So this VLOOKUP table look up this key and then fills this the category column, the WebView category column. Similarly, we do it for the subcategory as well. Similarly, we use the VLOOKUP subcategory as well. You can just go check whether it has done it properly or not. You can just go check for this coffee, whether what it has changed in this. So here also you can see this. For the beverages, coffee have changed to drink. So then we are going to rename both the columns into WebView category and subcategory. Step 3, we are going to insert or create analytical columns in this clean data sheet. Now we are going to create a margin column. For this, we select our listing price minus the base cost. So this gives the margin, how much margin we are getting for each product. So next we are going to calculate the margin percentage. So here we are going to divide, that is a listing price minus base cost, and which is also divided with the listing price, and then change the format into the percentage. Next we are going to insert a new column, which is the competitor gap column, where the listing price minus the competitor price, which gives us the competitor gap, and then change the format into the currency. Now we are going to create another column, which is a price band. Here we are going to use if function. So where we are putting the prices into three main sections. That is, one is low price, medium, and then high. So if the listing price is less than 3, then it displays low. If it is less than 6, then it is medium. If it is high, then otherwise it displays high if it is more than 6. So now we get this low, medium, and high prices in this price band. Step 4, we are going to create pivot tables. So select the data and then go to insert and then choose pivot table. Here in the rows, we are going to put the category, and in the values, we are going to put the average of the competitor gap. And then rename the sheet as a competitor gap by category. Next, go to clean data and then insert a new pivot table. So always insert a pivot table into the new sheet. So here we are going to put a product in the rows, and in the values we are going to put the margin percentage. So we are going to choose average and then go to clean data again and then insert a new pivot table. So now we are going to put a region into the rows and sum of units sold in the value section, and then rename the sheet as units sold by the region. So this gives us the sales that is happening in each region. Step 5 is we create a franchisee matrix. So here we create a sheet called franchisee matrix, and then we are calculating total revenue, average margin percentage, average competitor gap, and also the percentage of items that are cheaper than the competitor. So here for the total revenue, sum of the revenue from the cleaned data. So it sums up the revenue column. And for average margin, we use average function from the and chooses this margin percentage column from the clean data. And similarly, we do it for the average competitor gap as well. And for the percentage of items which are cheaper than the competitor, so we use the COUNTIF and then select the competitor gap which is less than 0, and then divided by the we just count the number of products and then change the format into percentage. So our 66% of our items are cheaper than the competitor. Open Power BI and go to get data, and from there select the clean data that we have done it in the Excel. Now we have chosen the transform, and then here we can check the data types. So go to the transform and click on the column. So if you click on the column, here you can see which type of data it is. So if you click here, you can see it's text. And here for the base cost also, this shows the data type is text. So we need to change the data type. So go to change data type and use using local. So with this, choose the decimal number, and for the local, choose the English US. So this is the sample input values. And so now you can see this is changed to the decimal number. Similarly, do it for the listing price as well, and also the competitor price. So next go to the check with the date. So this is also in the form of text. So change the type, and similarly change the type of the locale and choose the data type as date, and then select the US, English US. So now you can see this has been converted into the date format. So rest other columns are in text, and here comes all our columns where we have just changed the data type. Now we click close and apply. So now here the data set is loaded, and now you can see this table. So from here you can convert the, you can change the format actually. So for the base cost, listing price and competitor price, you change the format to the currency. So and the rest of the is all fine. So for the margin also you change it to the currency. For margin percentage you change it to the percentage. So that's it. So you can also change the decimal numbers. So the one thing is, after changing the data type, you can change the format here. So once it is done, so you can also download the other product hierarchy table. So now you have loaded this data as well. You're also going to check the same thing, but here the column names are given in the first row. So we need to use the first row as a header. So this converts the first row into the column names. So this is how it comes. So now we are checking the data types. So all of them are text. So there is no so it's not much needed to check. So now we go to the table view, and here we have the two tables, the clean data and product hierarchy. So now we can just we go to the model view, where you just make a connection between the two tables. It automatically connects to the column. Here I'm just showing. So you can connect the product column with the product column in the clean data. So this is one to many relationship. So now go to the table view. So now you can see the date, which is also changed perfectly. And now go to the clean data table and then click on new measure. So here we are calculating the total revenue. So for that we are using a sum function, a revenue. So this revenue measures the total money generated from the product sales. Choose the card and put the new measure, which is total revenue. So now you can change the title and also increase the size. You can format it in a most user friendly way. Now we are going to make more KPIs. So this way, and next we are going to um, count the number of units sold in the total. So this measures how many items customers bought. It shows true customers demand and helps understand the product popularity. So for that we use the same sum function. So you just copy the previous card and then remove the total revenue, and then put this units sold. So this gives the, it shows true customers demand and helps understand the product popularity. And here we are also calculating the average margin percentage. So we are using average function, and do similarly. Just copy this cards and then put this average margin percentage measure. Is it helps us to identify which products are profitable versus which one are just selling a lot but not earning much. So similarly, you do it for the other two KPIs as well. So the other one is average competitor gap. Here similarly, here also we are going to use average for this competitor price column, competitor gap. This shows which shows whether our price is higher or lower than the competitors, and it is important for pricing strategy. Similarly, just copy paste and change the title as well for the average competitor gap. Here we are going to find the items which are cheaper than the competitor. So for this we are using this measure percentage cheaper. So now here we are going to first filter the cleaned data, where the clean data's a competitor gap is less than 0. So we are going to filter only the rows which are less than 0, and then we are going to count the rows, how many rows or where the competitor gap is less than 0, and then we are going to divide it with the clean data. So for example, and then here we are going to count the complete rows in the available in the table. So this is how we get, and then we changed it into the percentage format. So these are all the KPIs that are required for our business. So which gives us that uh, overall idea of how our sales is functioning. So next we create another sheet and name it as a dashboard. So here we are going to create the entire dashboard. So first we are creating the sum of units sold in the entire year. So we choose the line chart and then click on the date, and also for the values you put the number of units sold. So this is the monthly sales trend. And next we are going to create another bar chart, where we are going to put the units sold and also the region. So this shows the sales by region. And the next one we are going clustered column chart, and where we put the product and also the our listing price versus the competitor price. And the next we are going to create the pie chart, or you can also use a donut chart. So this shows here we put a product uh, and then we put the total revenue. So this shows how much percentage these products get in the overall. And the next one is the third bar chart, and then click on this average margin for the product. So now we can see the average margin for each product. So we also turn on this data labels, so where we can see the percentage. So now we are going to copy all these KPIs. So I have just formatted and then just copied it into the main dashboard, and then adjusted the space accordingly, and then formatted this entire dashboard into more user friendly. And now we are going to input the slicers. So the slicer is for the product, that is a subcategory. So where we can see all of them. So if we click on this, it the dashboard completely changes for that product. It shows the sales and which region is selling more. So now we are going to insert another slicer. This is for the date. So in this date we can also adjust the date for a month. So if you adjust it, so you can see the sales that was happening in the given month. This helped me to translate data into clear insights for pricing, product strategy, and sales performance.